All right, welcome everybody. So glad you are with me tonight. I was having a little bit of issues with my internet, so it took me a couple minutes to get on, so hopefully everything is going to work smoothly. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, welcome. My name is Julie Brown. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator, and I'm so glad to have you with me tonight. If you're brand new, just make sure that you type in the comments and let me know you're here. And also, if you have any questions, you can type that in. So I'm going to take care of some quick housekeeping because we are actually doing a card from start to finish tonight. So I have not pre-cut anything or pre-stamped anything. So we're going to do the whole shebang together tonight. So real quick, for those of you that will be placing orders with me for this month, there's your hostess code. It's W9ZBJYDZ. You can order at juliebrown.stampinup.net. You can email me at juliescreativestampin@gmail.com. And then you can always check out my Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, which is Julie's Creative Stamping, which you are on that Facebook page right now. Or you could be watching this via YouTube, which is a replay. But again, you can type in your comments and I will see them later. Also, always make sure you check out my blog at stampinjuliebrown.blogspot.com because eventually I do get all of my cards put there with step-by-step instructions on them, unless I'm offering a special PDF with that. So let's look at what I'm going to be working with tonight. Out of the annual catalog, we're going to be working with the What's Cooking bundle and the In Color DSP. Out of the July through December mini catalog, we're going to be working with the Christmas to Remember stamp set, the Gingerbread dies, and the Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper. Hey, Susie. So that's why I'm calling it a fusion, because I am mixing and matching tonight because I want to make sure I show you guys to not get stuck in the ruts that I get stuck in, where I think I have to only use the sweets, the stuff that comes in a bundle together, the stuff that comes in suites together. So we are going to be doing back and forth fusion tonight. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this little fusion that we're doing. So let's just take a look at the stamp sets and the dies that we're using. So the What's Cooking obviously is a bundle where you can get that 10% off if you buy it together as a bundle. And then the Christmas to Remember, it also has dies that come with it, but I'm not using those dies tonight. And then we're using the Gingerbread dies, and this one has a stamp set that goes with it that I'm not using tonight. Again, I'm just trying to teach you guys, let's start using our stuff, and fusing it all together to make sure we get more use out of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Because like I said, we are doing start to finish. We're going to do everything tonight. So the first thing I'm going to do is the stamping. And so I am going to bring in, I don't think I need the cherry cobbler yet. So for this part of the stamping, I'm going to need the crushed curry and crumb cake. And I know my lighting sometimes puts a glare. I try to get stuff moved so it's not glaring. So hopefully that's going to work okay. Oh my gosh, I've got this kind of... I must have hit my phone because it's not straight. There we go. Had to be straight. Okay, so we are going to be using the stamps from the What's Cooking for this part of it. So let's pull those out and get them on blocks. So I'm going to use the rolling pin. All right, and that's going to go on block D. And then I'm going to use the little bowl. And this is going to be on block C. All right, so we are going to ink up our bowl with the crushed curry. Like I said, I haven't done a start from finish card in a while, so I thought we'd have some fun tonight and we would stamp together and die cut together and all that fun stuff. I know you guys have been used to me doing like a 30-minute oh shoot, please don't tell me that's happening tonight. I'm not sure, Susie. I'm watching it and I'm not seeing that it's doing that, but hopefully, like I said, I was having some internet problems, so we shall see. Okay, so now we're going to use the crumb cake for the rolling pin. So hopefully it's not on my end. Like I said, things have been a little sketchy tonight, so hopefully it'll be okay. So if anyone else is on and they're having problems with the video, please let me know. I don't know if I cleaned this. Okay, so we're going to stamp these two. But we're going to cut some other things out of this as we go. So what I'm going to do is I actually need to cut something that I want this adhesive strip attached to it. All right, so I am going to be pulling this. So, okay, so one person, Sally Mae, I don't know who you are, but welcome, welcome. It says, it is fine for me. So glad to hear that it is not my video. So let me see if I can pull this. That way I can kind of show you guys how to adhere the adhesive sheets. So when you pull this apart, there's this side that's not sticky and this side that is sticky. And so I'm going to fold this back like so. And then I want to use this top portion up here. So I'm just going to try to line that up the best that I can. Just along that edge. And then I'm just going to kind of fold it right there, and I'm going to bring in some scissors that I don't care if, oh, I didn't mean to pull all that off, but it came off. So then I'm just going to use my snips. Okay, good. It's loud and clear. Good. And then I'm going to stick that piece that I didn't use back on this so that I can use it later. Okay, so now I have that adhesive sheet right there. And then I'm going to be cutting these two pieces out. So for this, again, remember, this is a fusion, so I'm going to be using both the gingerbread dies and the cooking dies. And so let me pull out those dies that I need. So I'm going to be doing this star from this. Look at all the dies that come with this set. Pretty cool. Let me stick that back in there. And you guys will notice I use these magnetic sheets. And these are actually those, I get that at the hardware store. Those are actually the vent covers that you can get to cover up your vents. Just so you know. So I'm going to need this spatula, even though I haven't stamped it. And then we're going to need that die and this die. And then I'm going to be doing this die as well. I'm going to see if I can fit it all on here. I'm going to be using this one. I'm just going to stick it right there for now so I don't lose it. So let me bring in my die cutting machine, get these out of the way, and then we'll do our first cuts. And please excuse my dirty, my dirty plates. I did get my new plates in for this, but I haven't unpacked them yet. So there we go. All right, so we're going to lay all this on here. So this is going to cut on its own. And then this is going to cut out the rolling pin. And we're just going to get that lined up. And then I'm going to use, I think I told you guys about this stuff. Lisa Curcio, another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, introduced me to these are Post-it, like, you know, the Post-it notes. Well, they came out with, and this might be too close. I may, you know what? I'm going to have to do that separately. I stamped that a little too close, but I can get my star up here. All right. But anyway, it comes like in a, it looks like tape, but it's Post-it note type material. And so I used to use washi tape, but now I'm using this. So I am going to go forward, and then I'm going to bring it back because of that star. Because I put an adhesive sheet behind it, it made it sit a little thicker. And so I wanted to make sure I ran that through twice. All right, so then that gave us our little spatula piece and our roller pin and the star. So I just need to run it through one more time. To get my bowl out. So I'm just going to put that back down again and run this through. again, I know you guys aren't used to me. I used to do this all the time where I still showed you from start to finish, but I kind of felt like my videos were starting to get kind of long. And so I shortened them by prepping ahead of time, but I thought it would be fun to do this together. Now I do want to show you this because it's something, see how it's getting really dirty here? And that's my fault because I have allowed my plates to be kind of dirty. So you always want to make sure you wash these off so they're nice and clean so it doesn't muck up your paper like mine just did. I can still use this back side, but that's what happens when you don't clean your plates. Just so you know. Oh, while I'm here, I am going to bring in a piece of silver foil and that spatula. I call both things. I call this a spatula and I call that other thing a spatula. So I might confuse you guys tonight. Also, another good tip is, and you're not seeing me do this tonight, but I try when I'm running foil through, I try to have a clean plate on the top that doesn't have too much cutting in it, because a lot of times, and I don't know if you can see it, but see how it kind of put the pattern that was on the top of my plate in here, which is fine with this piece because I cut it down so that this was the only piece that I was cutting. But if I had had a big piece in here, it would have put the patterns that you see on this into that foil, and it would have made it so I couldn't really use that foil. So always be conscious of that when you're using your foils, that you want to have the cleanest plate and the one with the least amount of like cutting, etching that's on it. Okay, so then what I'm going to do real quick with this, I'm going to bring in my cherry cobbler Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to color in this part here. Now this thing that I have down here, it's a mat that I can color on and be fine because it's kind of like our silicone mats. If I had had paper here, I would have brought in my silicone mat because now I can just come in and it just cleans up really good. All right. Not quite as good as my silicone mat, but it does good. Okay, so I didn't pop this out because I purposely wanted to show you. So I'm going to bring in my Take-A-Pick tool. And I wanted to kind of show you the back of this. So if you guys are ever wondering whether or not it cuts through, before you pull the die off of the paper, turn your paper over, and can you guys see how you can tell it's cut all the way through? So that's a good way to check when you're doing this to see did it cut all the way through. Because when you turn it over, you can actually see those cut lines like I was just showing you. So, you know, that's kind of a good tip for when you are working with, especially these detailed dies. Yay, Janet, I'm so glad you're here. So I'm doing what I call a fusion tonight because I'm using bits and pieces from different sets to make a really fun card. All right. So this card, and some of my teams on here, I was late getting my cards made for my team swap, and this is actually the card they're all getting for the swap. So fun for them. And I forgot to cut one of the die cuts out. So I've cut all of these pieces out so far. So let me bring in the other star. And if you guys haven't seen this, this is our craft paper. It's part of that gingerbread and peppermint suite, and it's really fun to work with. See, I thought I was doing good, but this is what happens when I start talking and trying to stamp. That's why I prep things ahead of time, because, you know, I squirrel a little bit, a lot. All right, so we're going to pull that in. And I don't think I need to tape it down because I think once I push this down, I'll be able to hold that until it goes through. And of course, this only needs to go through one time because it is not detailed. and I'm just cutting one piece. All right, so there's this piece. Ta-da! All right. And then you could use this. Look at that. This would be really cute on a card. I may make a card with that later and show it to you. Not tonight, but at a different time. All right. Trying to get all the dies out of the way so I don't throw them on the floor or something. Okay. So now we've got all of our pieces cut out. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the cookie together. And to do that, this is what I love about this gingerbread set. So because I put that adhesive sheet on the back, I can just pull that off, and that makes this really sticky. And so I'm just going to lay that on here like so. And voila. I have a little gingerbread cookie. Isn't that cute? I love this set. It's so stinking cute. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's got... in this set, if you haven't seen this set, it does that for all of these shapes. So you can make this cookie, you can make a bell cookie, an ornament cookie, and then the star, like I did. Really cute set. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to bring in a piece of cherry cobbler. And I'm going to bring in some designer series paper. And this is where here comes part of my fusion as well. So this designer series paper is actually from that sweet stocking with all the little animals and the stockings. So that's going to go up here. And then this is part of the In Color designer series paper. So this is the Evening Evergreen. And so this was Christmas paper. This was paper that's in our annual catalog. Again, I'm doing fusion tonight, people. We're going to use parts and pieces from all sorts of sets and show you how you can make really cute cards by doing that. You know, because part of this is, if you're buying Stampin' Up! Products, I want to make sure that you're paying attention to the stuff that you've already bought and that you're using it all. You know, that's part of, why I do what I do, is because I want you guys to use it and have fun with it. And so don't get stuck with just, I've made so many cards with this set. What can I do with it? Well, that's when you start fusing and you start bringing in parts and pieces of other things. Okay. So there's those two pieces like so. And now I'm bringing in this really cool gingham. This is just jade, I believe, gingham ribbon. And we're going to wrap that around like so. So I'm just going to put my Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use glue dots as well. And I'm just going to wrap that around like so. So my granddaughter, I listen to a radio station. It's kind of the oldies station here in Farmington where I live. And they're already playing Christmas music, which makes me happy, makes me so happy. But my granddaughter, she's like being a Miss Humbug this year. And she's like, Grandma, they're already playing Christmas music. I'm not ready for Christmas music. And so her and I have a slight disagreement. My grandson agrees with me, loves the Christmas music. So I'm going to take a poll with you guys tonight. So how many of you are ready to hear Christmas music? And how many of you would rather them wait until December? So just type in the comments. Do you want to wait till December, or are you okay getting in the Christmas spirit? Maybe it's because I'm making Christmas cards, right? So Christmas music should go along with Christmas cards. So type in and let me know what you guys think on that. Okay, so now we're just going to adhere this to the card front. Like so. So Patty, you're not ready. You're not ready for Christmas. Okay. I agree. Some people aren't ready. I am. But good to know. And then so Susie, you want it to wait till December too. Okay. So now we're going to take our little spatula and we're going to put this on. Now, Lisa Curcio taught this to me. She buys these on Amazon. And so what I did and what she does is we take our Tombow glue and we pour it into this. The reason we do that is because this is a really fine tip. Really fine tip. And so we're going to pull that off. And this kind of flops around if you don't hold it. And then it allows you to, just get a little bit coming out on these little thin pieces. I love this. So you can like put little tiny dots without getting glue everywhere. Awesome. Okay, and then we're just going to put that on there like so. And then the next piece we're going to work with our, and then you do have to keep the lid closed though. Remember, with this Tombow glue, it does dry out quickly. So now I'm going to figure out how I want to do my spatula, my other spatula. And so that's going to kind of go like that. So I'm going to bring this. Now this one is thick enough that I can use just the regular Tombow without being in this little piece there, if I can get it to work. There we go. Because this comes out a little bit thicker, which is okay for this piece. So then this is just going to get angled like so. And then we're going to bring in our bowl. And it's going to go on like so. And then what I'm going to do with our cookie is I'm going to bring in some dimensionals, some mini dimensionals, and we're going to put some dimensionals around the edges and in the middle. And you'll notice that I'm kind of coming back away from the edge of the star. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to do something with that rolling pin where it's going to kind of go underneath this image. And so when you think about that as you're starting to put your cards together, because you can always like stick things kind of underneath. I'm giving myself room that I can kind of overlap. Or I guess it would be underlap. So for those of you that are wondering about this, I'll get that information out to you as far as I have what it is, and I'll get that information out to you. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I want to put it on here so that I can see the spatula both up here and down here. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my rolling pin. And I don't know if you guys can see this up. Look how cool. It's got like all the lines and stuff in it. Like one of those old wood rolling pins, which I still have a wood rolling pin. My daughter has, I think it's made out of like marble or something. Hers is really heavy. All right. So now we're going to take this and we are going to scoot it under that edge right there. So now do you see why I put those dimensionals? I scooted them in because I knew that I wanted to have this rolling pin sitting like so. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to stamp a sentiment, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut me a strip. And I want it, I think, to be about 3/4 of an inch long. So you guys are getting to see me use this too. What the heck am I doing tonight, right? So I think I want it to be about 3 1/4 inches long. So let's just cut that first. And then I'm going to turn this and I'm going to go to the 3/4 mark here. And we're going to cut that. Hopefully that's long enough. I need to grab my sentiment. I think it's going to be barely long enough. Okay, so the sentiment is coming. Again, we're fusing, right? We're fusing. So now I'm going to use the Christmas to Remember, and I want this Merry Christmas out of here. Oh, I've already got it on a block. Yeah, right, if I can find it. I have misplaced that block. What did I, oh gosh, right in front of me. How many of you guys do that where you've got stuff sitting right in front of you and can't find it? I give my husband a hard time for that all the time. So nobody tell him I did that tonight. Okay, so we're going to open up that cherry cobbler. And then we're just going to tap, tap, tap. Remember, when you're inking up, don't push hard. Just tap, tap, tap. Look and make sure that it's got the coverage that you want on it. And then push down. Ta-da! Rocking it. All right. Then we're going to clean that with our chamois. My beautiful purple chamois that's no longer purple. All the time. Good, Susie. I'm glad you're admitting to it. So now we do have a banner punch that you can use, but I didn't cut this long enough. So I'm afraid that when I use the banner punch, it would cut off this S. So I'm going to show you another way to make a banner. This is our really cool banner punch, and this is normally what I use because it cuts both this type of banner and this type, and it cuts it with a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or 1 inch strip. And basically the way it works is, and you know what, let me see, I might be able to do it. So I'm going to stick this in. Oh, I got to open it up first. And then I can kind of see, you know what, it is going to work. Because I put it face down so I could see if the S was going to be really, but I think it's going to be like right at that S. So then you, look at that. I thought I had cut it too short. Oh, close. That came close. Ha ha ha. Woo, did I cut that close? Okay, but then it like punches that for you, right? How fun is that? You don't have to do it. But let me show you on a scrap piece of paper. So if I wanted to do a banner right here, the way you do the banners is you just cut right in the middle and then you go up from each side to the middle. So if you ever kind of do what I do and you cut your piece a little bit too short, but see how that also creates the same banner? But obviously, you guys know me, if there's an easy button and the punch is much easier, but you can do it on your own as well. I wanted to make sure I showed that to you. All right, so now we're going to bring this back in, and we are going to use dimensionals, and we're going to pop this up. And this time I'm using the regular dimensionals. And of course, I kind of feel like my Take-A-Pick tool has become an appendage of my arm. How many of you guys feel that way about your Take-A-Pick tools? It's like I use it so much, it is like right next to me all the time. And I literally feel like it's part of my hand at this point. All right, so then we're going to bring this in. And I want this white from the spatula down here to show. So I'm going to just move this up a little bit and stick that down like so. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to, again, show you my bow maker. Remember, for the first time you make a purchase from me, you will get one of these bow makers. I'm really bad at tying bows, so I have to have help. And for more than just bow making, but right now just the bow making. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. It makes small bows and big bows, but I'm making a small bow for this. And yeah, this is another one of my handy dandy tools that I have sitting next to me at all times. I have more than one because I always misplace it. But see how pretty the bow turns out? Ta-da! And that goes pretty quick. Okay, now if I can find my glue dots. So we're going to stick that bow right there. And I am just going to grab, again, me and my Take-A-Pick tool. It's so funny. I use it so much that the last time my grandkids did a paper pumpkin, and they're 5 and 7. My grandson said, "Grandma, I want to use that pick tool that you're always using," because he has seen me use this so much that he wants to use it now. So now he uses my Take a Pick tool. It's like, oh my goodness. But hey, you know, when you find something that works, right, that makes your life a little bit easier, I'm all about easy. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to finish the front in just a second. But before I do that, let's go ahead and stamp the inside. And so for the inside, what I decided to do is I'm going to bring in that rolling pin again. And I'm just going to like stamp this off in the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm going to stamp again, stamp again. Okay, now I don't know if you can see that, but obviously I got ink here, so I'm just going to bring in my wipe and wipe that out of the way because I don't want to lay something on that and get that ink everywhere. Okay, so there's that part of it. Oops, clean the stamp. And if you guys haven't seen these chamois, these are really cool because you just add water to them. So that's another really cool thing. Okay, so for the sentiment on the inside, I want to do this love and joy come to you, and may it last through the whole year through. For those of you that are new watching me and you don't know this, I love sentiment stamps. I'm probably one of the few people that when I see a stamp set like this that is just sentiments, I get excited about this. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I kind of like the ones that have images as well. So another poll tonight. So how many of you love just the sentiment stamps, or do you prefer to have a stamp set that has images and sentiments? I'm good either way, but I really love sentiment stamp because, you know, you always need sentiments, always. And I love just grabbing, you know, like I'm doing tonight, I'm just fusing. I got to move this down a little bit. I don't have my graph paper, so it's a little harder for me to get this lined up right. Woo! I'm surprised I got it straight. It's like I'm going to do a woot woot because that doesn't always happen when I don't have I usually have graph paper that I line it up. So I'm a little excited about that one. Okay, so like right now, like I'm gonna flip this over to put the adhesive on, and if I had left that ink there, it would have gotten all over the front of this. All right, so no one's answering my question. So do we like sentiment stamps or image and sentiment stamps? Of course, I love them all, right? Get real. But I do like sentiment stamps. It's kind of funny when new catalogs come out. That's one of the first things I look at is the sentiment stamps to see what sentiments I can get. Isn't that funny? That's so odd. All right, so there's the inside. And then so to finish this card off, I haven't worked with these in a while, but I love these. They're called opal rounds. And I don't know if you can see, but they're like an iridescent. They're like a pearl iridescent, and they're so pretty. So again, Take a Pick tool. If you guys don't know the name of this tool by the time you finish watching my videos, because I say it all the time. All right, so we're just going to grab it with that putty end. Whoops, that went flying. Luckily, this is not it will come unstuck. If that had been paper, that would have been stuck down the way that flipped over there. So that's going there. So hopefully you guys are still with me because no one's answering me. So I hope you guys are still on with me. All right, and then I'm going to put one there. And then we shall put one up here. And then I always try to do odd and even, or odd with the embellishments. All right, what do you guys think? How did you like my fusion tonight? Isn't this a stinking cute card? And it was all about using a set that you wouldn't have maybe thought about Christmas, right? Because it's, you know, this is, you know, what's cooking. Not something that you would normally think for Christmas. But look how cute it is as a Christmas card. And then I used these dies. I brought in the Christmas to Remember for the sentiment. And then, of course, the gingerbread dies. So I hope you guys are with me because I'm not seeing any comments. So hopefully it's just, maybe it's just my comments are working right now. But anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this. And I hope you have enjoyed, and look at that. That literally took about 38 minutes from start to finish. Isn't that cool? Start to finish. That's a pretty cute card for 35 minutes. So there's the front. There's the inside. All righty. So real quick, I do want to go over a couple of specials that are happening right now. So this is the joining special. So if you've ever thought about joining Stampin' Up, they have a special running through the end of November where normally it's $99 to join. Right now you can join for $75 and then you get to pick $125 worth of product for that $75. So way super cool. And then also something that's going on right now is our seasonal sale. So the seasonal sale started today. And it runs through, so today is what? Tuesday. So it'll run through Thursday, November 18th. And Stampin' Up! Has their cardstock on sale, their ink pads on sale, and the die cuts on sale. So if there's some die cuts that you've been looking at, you want to take a closer look right now and see what's going on. Because they're anywhere from, I believe, 10 to 15% off. So way cool. And again, you can just check that at sell out. If you can just go to juliebrown.stampinup.net and click on specials, it'll have all of that sale information for you. But I wanted to let you guys know because I don't want you guys to say, hey, why didn't you let me know that that was going on? And so I've done my part. I've told you. So yeah, so don't forget about that. All right, one last look at our card for tonight. Wasn't that fun? And I just think this is cute. And like I said, I did a card swap with my team. So Susie, you're on, so you're getting to see it early. So this is the card you're getting this month. Yay! Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions about anything that you've seen tonight. And, you know, I just get so excited about sharing what I love. I absolutely love designing and creating cards. And I so appreciate all of you that spend time with me to get on here and talk to me while I'm making my cards. It makes it so much more fun for me. Also, I will have card classes starting back up in January. I do have a Christmas card class December 4th, but it is completely sold out. But I do have one of my team members, if you're in the Farmington, New Mexico area and you're interested in a Christmas card class, I believe she's having one this Saturday. And I'm not sure if she's still taking any more people, but again, reach out to me if you're interested in card classes. Because there's 3 of us in this area that run card classes every month. And so we would love to have you come join us and learn how to do what we do and make cards and have a blast. And I am also, in January, I will be starting a kids club where I will be inviting kids from the ages of 5 and up. If they are under 8, a parent does have to attend with them. But if they are 8 and above, then the parents do not have to attend. So It's always best if you do, but I understand if you don't want to stay with them. So again, if that's something that you're interested in, grandmas, if you want to come with your grandkids or bring a grandkid, again, just let me know, reach out to me, and I will be letting you know. Okay, so Susie said that Brenda had 3 spots left earlier today. So if you are interested in a Christmas card class, there is one coming up this Saturday. I believe she is either doing 10 or 12 cards. But anyway, just reach out to me and I will get the information out to you guys. Anyway, I appreciate your guys' time. Everybody have a great evening. And I will be at a craft sale at McGee Park in Farmington, New Mexico. So if you're in this area, come see me and say hi. And if not, then I will be talking to the rest of you next Tuesday for my live. Everybody have a great evening and go get some stamping done. Talk to you soon. Bye.